Train the muscles, not the joints.
Yo man, I'm gonna do my hip hop video, man. It's like hip hop, yo.
Okay, so first of all, don't be intimidated. These are my muscles. This jacket is not filled with puffy stuffing or anything like that. These are just my muscles, and yeah, I'm bulking up, I guess. Bulking up. Mountain. Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the bent over row and what should your form be like. What should your form be like? Because there's always the debate, you know, some people are saying I should bend over all the way to the floor and be parallel to the floor, right? You know, the upper body should be parallel to the floor, you know, bend over like that. If you have a bad back, that's what happens to your back, you're just creaks, right? Other people think that you should be on an angle like Dorian Yates, and that's usually where I'm at. When I bend over too far, then I notice that I start to bring in the rear delts more so, and I don't necessarily engage the lats as much. It's like the lats, they almost get disengaged in that scenario. Now, if I was facing the floor, like I was upside down, then I'd start to get the lats again.
Yeah, like Batman. Batman likes to hang upside down.
So it's almost like there's this middle ground where I don't necessarily get the lats, I just get rear delts and bicep more and maybe some traps and stuff, but I don't get the lats. So somebody asked me, what is the ideal grip for bent over rows? Where should their grip be? Now, again, this is going to be dependent on the individual. Like, how long are your upper arms? That's one major factor, your humerus. If your humerus is really long, you might have to go wider than, say, somebody with shorter humeruses, right? And it's not funny at all, the length of your humerus. It's not funny. So, that said, you have to experiment a little bit. But what I found is when I put my hands a little bit too narrow, I start to engage too much rear delt in the bent over row. And when I go, you know, a little bit wider, then I start to engage the lats really well, because the elbows are still tucked in, right? I'm trying to keep those elbows tucked in. Not right to the, you know, right to the body like a bird or something, but fairly tucked in. Now, if I go too wide, what'll happen is my elbows are forced to flare out. And when the elbows are forced to flare out, what will happen is more the retraction of the shoulder blades will become the main priority of the movement, which will work the traps in between the shoulder blades, possibly the rhomboids, maybe some rear delt as well, but it will start to disengage the lats once you start to go too wide. So you have to find that sweet spot in the middle of those two things. Too narrow is rear delt, too wide also gets to be rear delt, but also a lot of trap and more retraction of the scapula, but not necessarily the movement that does lats. Lats is like this, from here to here. This is a lat movement, right? The lats pull the arm in like this. They pull it down in. I can't remember what the word is for that. Who cares, right? Who cares what the word is? Who cares what the word is? But anyway, you take the arms like this and you pull them like that. That's lat. That's what lats do. So if you're too wide, now there's not as much of this movement going on. It's more like this, you see? So naturally, you have to find that length in between. So if you go too narrow, you'll notice that you're feeling a lot of rear delts. If you go too wide, you'll notice that you're feeling a lot of retraction of the scapula, you're feeling too much trap, you're feeling a lot of neck possibly, a lot of rear delts as well, but you're not necessarily going to be feeling the lats, like the real meat and potatoes of the lats. You know, those meat and potatoes, man. You gotta work the meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes of lats. Sorry, there's nobody up here with me, so I get kind of lonely and I start to talk too much. So I hope this helps you out in finding what the proper width is for you, but you know, about shoulder width apart. That's about right. About shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, depending on how you're built. That's basically the long and the short of it, so to speak. So I hope this helps you out in your training. I hope it helps you build a mountain for a back. I hope this helps you out with your bent over barbell rows. And thanks a lot for watching. And if you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com. And thanks a lot to the patron supporters. And take care for now. And thanks, Choles, for being so quiet. It's nice that you just shut up for once. It's nice that you didn't say anything. Yeah, you just stay there and quiet. Oh, you got something to say? You got something to say?